man. Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you. Get 18% off. We out.
All right, man, we back. Goodfella Sports TV. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And apparently, Top Rank and Joe Smith Jr. won all the smoke with Artur Beterbiev. I seen that Bob Arum said in boxing scene the other day that his matchmakers tell him that Joe Smith Jr. could beat Beterbiev. I see Joe Smith Jr. talking that shit, saying he a little bit tougher than Beterbiev. So, I mean, you know, obviously he kind of overstepping his boundaries because he still gotta fight the winner of whoever them two nobodies is in a WBO light heavyweight title eliminator. So when he get the winner of that and beat them, then he can go see about Beterbiev. But let's talk about the matchup. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. In all actuality, it's kind of a big fight, you know, as far as action pack. You got two sluggers in there, one with limited boxing ability that showed to have a little bit more boxing ability versus Alvarez. I don't know if that was an anomaly or a trend, or is he actually getting better? When we got two dudes that's tough as nails, you know. Joe Smith Jr. supposed to think he a little bit tougher than Beterbiev. He supposed to think he a little bit better than Beterbiev. You're not supposed to let no fighter think he better than you. You know what I'm saying? So you supposed to go in there and have confidence and believe it when nobody believe and see it when nobody see it. But this is a hardcore and a casual fighter's dream. To be honest, this some straight goon shit. Somebody gonna be the goon, somebody gonna be the goblin. What Lil Wayne say? What's a goon to a goblin? I don't see this fight in any other way but a stoppage. You know what I'm saying? I think Beterbiev got a lot better boxing skills than Joe Smith Jr. You know, but that can go out the way if he get clipped, because Callum Johnson clipped him and dropped him. And a lot of people attribute that to inactivity, but his career has been riddled with inactivity. And that's been a problem with him. And he already like 36, 37 years old. But another thing that dude from Crawford team brought up, Bernie, on his Crawford Live the other day, is that, you know, Archie Moore was like 48 years old when he had a title, I believe, when he won the title. So age, you know, it depends on how you treat your body. We all think, you know, 39, 40 is old, but that motherfucker won the title, I believe, at 50 years old. It's all about how you treat your body. And back in those days, they don't build fighters as tough as those guys back in, you know, mentally tough or physically tough. These fighters today, they fall a lot short of that because it's a lot of money in the game. When you're in a situation where you gotta do it or you ain't gonna make it, it's different when if I do it, I got a second option. If I don't do it, you know what I'm saying, you know, I got a third option. So like I said, it depends on what type of condition you put the body in. You know what I'm saying? If you put the body in great condition and you work out, you don't drink, you don't smoke, you can fight as long as you want to. It's mental. But also you got to have fundamentals and technique. And guys like Andre Ward and Floyd Mayweather and Hopkins can fight a long time because they technical and they fundamentally sound. You know, guys like Roy Jones that, you know, based his game off athleticism and reflexes. You know, when they went, you know, it wasn't no real fundamentals and technique because he defied the laws of boxing. You know, but I think it's a barn burner, man. And y'all know I'm rolling with my boy Beterbiev. I think he one of the best 5 or 6 boxers in boxing right now. It may be short stint because he's older. Depends on how you treat his body. But, you know, Joe Smith Jr. looked really good versus Alvarez. But then again, you know, Alvarez was beat up by Kovalev, and you know what I'm saying, he a little older, but I didn't expect it to go that way. I can't take credit away from Joe Smith Jr. because I thought Alvarez was going to outbox and possibly stop him. You know, but you know, it boils down to Top Rank feeling froggy then leap. You know what I'm saying? I think they both Beterbiev is on Top Rank 2 nowadays. You know, he went to Al Heyman. First he was with Al, then he went to the Zone for a little stint. Now he with Top Rank. I mean, Shit, do it. Pussy nigga, you won't do it. What OJ Juice Man say? Do it. What Kenny Porter tell Beauty Shop? Don't talk about it, be about it. Don't talk about it, be about it. Be about it. Don't talk my ear off. You know what I'm saying? Because if they have fans in attendance in that fight, I gotta see that. And I only talk to people firsthand that have seen Beterbiev fight. If you don't understand, it look different from when you watching it in arena and when you watching it at home. It's a totally different experience. You know what I'm saying? It's like you switching positions in sex. One position might not make you orgasm, but then you try another position and you orgasm quick. You feel what I'm saying? You know, that's how kind of watching the fight is, you know, home and in the stadium. It's a totally different experience. If you've never been to a live fight, you got to mark that off to your bucket list. No matter if it's a local fight, man, it's be so many women there, bro. Like, you want to know where the hoes be at, or where the women be at, where the WAP be at? Be at them fights, dog. You know what I'm saying? Women love going to fights. And I think if they market that fight the right way, NYC, man, that's an easy trip for me to go to. I respect Joe Smith Jr. He done lost and, you know, everything. Got his jaw broke, I believe, and came back and still came back and fought. Beterbiev is an animal. But y'all know I got to roll with my boy Artur Beterbiev. There ain't no two ways around it. You know, if Joe Smith Jr. win, I congratulate him. I ain't gonna hate. I ain't gonna change the narrative. I'm gonna give him his credit where credit is due. But I'm telling you, that boy Beterbiev is a problem. You know, he a true problem, man. And you know, the way I think what's gonna serve him apart is that he got tighter defense, and he can box. You know what I'm saying? He could really box, and he could really take a shot, and Joe Smith Jr. probably could take a shot too. So you never know. Maybe he could Beterbiev, and maybe Beterbiev get old overnight. You got to ask yourself, maybe he clip him. Maybe clip him, but I just don't see it happen. I see him I don't even think he got to break Joe Smith Jr. down like he did Goldsvik. Goldsvik was a really good boxer. You know, all he had to do was really keep touching him. And then when he became more stationary, you know what I'm saying, then break him down. That's what it really boiled down to. When he became a stationary target, break him down. That's it. You know, touch him. You know, then when he started sitting down, he couldn't move no more. Then it was the big breakdown. You know, but you know, I look forward to that fight. I put Beterbiev as the winner. But let's talk about Dmitry Bivol. And I'm just wondering why Bivol saying everybody name other than Beterbiev. You know what I'm saying? I think he was on Top Rank for a minute, or he went to the zone, or whatever the situation was. But you just got to ask yourself, why is he saying everybody else's name but Beterbiev, and everybody giving him a pass? Now, I was watching Ring IQ, the motherfucking relay, you know, and he was basically saying the longer that Bivol, you know, string it out, or, you know, stretch it out, the more it's going to be in his favor with Beterbiev getting older. You know, people that fight with that brawling style like Beterbiev, you know, they take a lot of punches, they don't last in the sport. So he got a point there. You know, Bivol got the liver legs, but you know what? He not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? He not doing nothing that ain't been done in boxing before. You know what I'm saying? What's been done in boxing before? Floyd aged out Pacquiao. Say what you want to say. It's happened before. You know, Leonard waited to Duran and had that tough and rough and tough. Leonard waited for Marvin Hagler to have that really rough and tough war with John the Beast Mugabe. If you ain't never seen that fight, I strongly recommend Mugabe versus Marvin Hagler. It's one of the best fights you'll probably see. He waited for Marvin Hagler to slow down, and then he came and took the challenge. But I'm not knocking Bivol. I'm not knocking him. Do what you do. Get your best chance to win. Floyd did it. Sugar Ray Leonard did it. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's just the God honest truth. These dudes, they do that. They truly do that. Sit there and they stretch it out, and they stretch it out. And at the end of the day, that fight ain't gonna be big in America either. Anyway, it is what it is. If they fight in Russia, that's a huge fight. But it's hard to get those Eastern Europeans to fight each other. It is very, very tough to get them dudes in a ring and banging with each other because they understand each other's style. You know, when they come to America, they you know what I'm saying, they style is they style. So ain't too many people fighting in an upright position or fighting like them. Even if Lomachenko and Usyk step in the ring with another Eastern European, they understand that style to the fullest extent. That's why Golovkin and Derevchenko was a tough fight. He understood what Golovkin brought to the table. You know what I'm saying? And Bivol understand what Beterbiev brings to the table, and Beterbiev understand what Bivol brings to the table. So that's one of the reasons why they really ain't in no rush to do that fight, because, you know, in actuality, that fight might take some years off their career. It really might take some years off their career. And, you know, in my opinion, if it happened right now, I think Beterbiev breaks Bivol down. Bivol fight with the same rhythm. His combinations come off and they flow the same way every time. He don't change much. He don't change much at all. His thing is he's sticking move, stick, throw a combination, move off the spot. So if you got him like Lomachenko, you know what I'm saying? Like I was saying on Twitter about Lomachenko yesterday, people saying, well, you know, if Lomachenko, you know, it falls by if you can punch with him to beat him, because I said if you punch with him, you can beat him. That's how Linares was stopping him and hurting him. Or if you pressure him, you can beat him. People say, well, why is he 398 in the amateurs for one? Let me address these Negroes real quick. In the amateurs for one, body shots don't really count like that. So a lot of them dudes don't go to the body because they don't get credit for it. And for two, the amateurs is a little bit different. You know, it was 3 or 4 rounds in the amateurs. So why you getting off with your punches? You feel me? A lot of times Lomachenko can keep up that pace for 3 or 4 rounds. But like in a Linares fight, towards the backhand or middle of that fight, Linares was able to time him and get comfortable. In 4 rounds, you know, anybody can be good for 4 rounds. Can you be good for 10 and 12? And that's why Orlando Salido put his dick in the dirt, because he pressured him, and Loma couldn't deal with the body shots and the pressure. Don't give me that BS about the weight. Don't give me that BS about the weight. He had the right to put a rehydration clause in there. He didn't. He arrogant. Everybody talk about Teofimo Lopez being arrogant. Lomachenko the arrogant one. You know, but let's move on. And when you got guys like Bivol and Usyk, Lomachenko, Pacquiao, one of the great ways to beat them is if you got that ability, and not everybody got that ability to catch and shoot or to punch with somebody. That's one of the ways you can take them out. Because while they punching, you got to be able to sit in that lion's mouth and deliver. And that's all it takes. Linares held Lomachenko a few times in that fight, punching with him, but he just couldn't consistently punch with him because that's not his game. When you punch with somebody, you taking a chance. A lot of these dudes can't take that chance. They don't know how. The dudes that's really good, that's active while punching what other people punch, is Danny Garcia and Teofimo Lopez. There might be some other guys out there. You know what I'm saying? They gonna eat dudes up that's aggressive all day. All day. When like Bivol, you know, open up with those combinations, Beterbiev got that ability too. To punch with them. That's why Pacquiao was kicking niggas' ass as long as he was. Not only was he draining people, right, but them dudes didn't have the ability to punch with him. And that's why he failed in comparison to Floyd Mayweather, because Mayweather can counter him. That was the difference. Mayweather can counter him. You know, you got to have masterclass counter ability to beat them, or you got to be able to, you know, fight them and fight Bivol and the rest of them dudes, Lomachenko, Usyk, or Pacquiao, or you got to be able to pressure them. That's why Jeff Horn dogged his ass out. Jeff Horn erased all angles by staying in his chest. Orlando Salido erased all Lomachenko angles by staying in his chest. Lomachenko couldn't go on the back foot and even outbox Orlando Salido. People think Bivol is a guy that's a back foot fighter. No, Bivol is the guy that come forward and he uses angles and throw a lot of combination punches. He another pressure fighter. If you punch with him, you're going to have some success. But not everybody got that. That's a special ability. Only a few guys can punch with him or jab to break up those combinations. But, you know, like I said, man, you know, Bivol, you know, he doing the right thing on his behalf and, you know, stretching that fight out. Ain't nobody out there, you know, begging for Bivol and Beterbiev as far as casual fans. They more concerned about Wilder, Fury, AJ, and Crawford and Spence and guys of that nature, man, to be happening. So ain't nobody really looking at him like that. So he doing the right thing to string that thing out. But hey, I appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you got business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App CJGood313. PayPal link is in the description. Appreciate the love, support. One time for one time. Let me know what you guys think.